All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. We are breaking down what was honestly an epic conversation from SIGGRAPH 2024 between two absolute tech titans, Jensen Huang and Mark Zuckerberg. It is incredibly rare that we get to see two architects of our modern digital world just sit down and map out exactly where the next decade of technology is heading. We are looking at a fundamental shift in how we interact with machines, so let's unpack their shared vision for the future of computing. So imagine a future, and we're talking near future here, where personalized AI agents are as ubiquitous and necessary as having an email address. We are not talking about one giant omniscient AI that we all share. We're talking about millions, maybe even billions, of unique, perfectly tailored AI agents operating on our behalf. It is a wildly different paradigm from the centralized tech platforms we've all grown so used to. And for Zuckerberg, the stakes here are absolutely massive. He sees a world where if you are a creator, a small business, or a massive enterprise, not having a custom AI agent is basically going to be like not having a phone number today. It won't be a luxury, it's going to be the absolute baseline expectation for how we communicate and do business. We are rapidly shifting away from relying on a single omnipotent chatbot to a highly decentralized future. Think less one giant brain and more millions of customized, creator-owned AI assistants. Instead of routing every single query on the internet through one central intelligence, this vision is hyper-localized. You have your AI, I have mine. Your favorite local coffee shop has one, and they all talk to us, and potentially even talk to each other. Section 1. The Meeting of Titans. You know, what's really fascinating is the shared DNA between these two CEOs. Both have actually survived decades of brutal tech evolution to lead us right into this AI era. Jensen and Mark have navigated massive platform shifts before, from desktop to mobile and now obviously to AI. They share this incredibly rare vantage point of having built trillion-dollar companies from the ground up. And yes, famously, they both dropped out of college to do it. But to humanize these giants for a second, we have to talk about Mark's meticulous, totally non-touching tomato slicing technique. Jensen shared this hilarious story about having Zuckerberg over for dinner to make Philly cheesesteaks. When he asked Mark to slice the tomatoes, Mark cut them to the exact millimeter and arranged them on a plate so that literally no two slices were touching. It is such a funny, revealing detail about the obsessive, almost robotic precision it takes to run a tech empire. Section 2. The Open Source Revolution. The invisible software foundation making all of this possible relies on a pretty staggering number, 405 billion. That represents the parameters in Meta's massive open-source Llama 3.1 model, which they trained on over 16,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. To put that kind of scale into perspective, Meta invested an unbelievable amount of compute power to create a state-of-the-art model, but instead of locking it away behind a strict paywall, they just gave it away to the world for free. And that single act is permanently activating every industry on Earth to start building their own AI. Zuckerberg neutrally observed that closed ecosystems like Apple's iOS definitely won the mobile era, but he is betting the farm that open ecosystems will win this next generation of computing. He actually points back to the PC era where Microsoft Windows, which was a relatively open ecosystem working across tons of hardware manufacturers, became the total standard. By open sourcing Llama, Meta's trying to ensure that the foundation of the AI era isn't controlled by a single tightly closed gatekeeper. So where does NVIDIA fit in? Well, their AI Foundry acts as the bridge. It helps enterprises safely turn Meta's open source gift into customized, totally private AI services. As Jensen explained, a company's data is their institutional knowledge. They simply cannot afford to send that data out to an external, closed AI. So NVIDIA provides the tools for companies to take the open source Llama model, inject their own private, proprietary data, add necessary safety guardrails, and run the whole thing locally and securely. Section 3. An AI for every creator. Moving from big enterprise to individuals, Meta's AI Studio solves a very real, fundamental math problem for creators. There just aren't enough hours in the day. If you have millions of followers, you literally cannot reply to every message. It's impossible. But by training an AI on your specific content, your unique tone, and your style, you can offer your community an interactive, highly engaging way to connect with your brand around the clock. Custom AI agents become an absolute necessity. And here is a wildly surprising twist. One of the top early use cases is people using these judgment-free AI agents to practice difficult, real-life conversations, like asking for a raise. Zuckerberg noted this was a genuinely fascinating discovery. People are treating Meta AI as a safe, completely private space to role-play an argument with a friend or a tough negotiation with a boss. It really highlights how these agents are quickly becoming personal companions, not just advanced search engines. Section 4. The next computing platform. Okay, we have to talk about the hardware, which means we have to talk about style. Zuckerberg jokingly acknowledged his recent fashion glow-up, which literally culminated at this event, with him swapping his shearling jacket for Jensen's iconic leather one. But the underlying point here is incredibly vital. If the next computing platform is something we wear on our faces every single day, out in public, it cannot just be a piece of clunky gray plastic. It has to look good, and that completely flips the hardware design paradigm on its head. The roadmap Meta laid out transitions us incredibly smoothly from the phones in our pockets to full holographic augmented reality on our faces. And notice, they aren't trying to jump straight to heavy, bulky holograms. They are stepping us there gradually. It starts with something completely familiar and socially acceptable, standard-looking glasses that are just packed with invisible technology. So even without a screen, current generation smart glasses let you collaborate with AI seamlessly in the physical world. By partnering with eyewear giant EssilorLuxottica, the makers of Ray-Ban, Meta created glasses you actually want to wear. The AI can look at the world through the integrated cameras, recognize objects, track what you are looking at, and whisper information directly into your ear through open-ear audio, even translating languages in real time. It's wild. And this was a real shocker, even to Meta. Zuckerberg noted how surprising it was that AI language models progressed so rapidly that highly capable, displayless AI glasses actually became viable before perfect holographic displays. Think about it. 5 years ago, Meta assumed they'd have to wait for augmented reality displays to fully mature before glasses were genuinely useful. But modern AI got so good at speaking and listening that having an audio-only AI assistant on your face is an incredible standalone product today. So, Meta is essentially developing two parallel tracks for our hardware future. You've got lightweight smart glasses for everyday mobility and powerful mixed reality headsets for deep, immersive work or gaming. You aren't going to use one device for everything. The glasses become your new mobile phone, always on, stylish, out in the world with you. Meanwhile, the mixed reality headsets, like the Quest, become your future workstation or console for those deep, immersive sessions. Section 5. The future is open. Jensen made a point that really stuck with me. He emphasizes that generative AI isn't just another tech trend. It is fundamentally reinventing the entire computing stack, from complex climate science all the way down to how a local bakery answers customer emails, from generative design and engineering to real-time translation in our everyday conversations. The ripple effects of this open-source acceleration are just completely unprecedented in the history of technology. So what is the big takeaway from this whole explainer? It's that open software, highly personalized AI applications, and a wearable hardware are converging right now into a brand new digital ecosystem. Meta is providing the open models and the wearable platforms, NVIDIA is supplying the massive compute power and the enterprise tools, and creators and businesses are finally empowered to build the actual everyday experiences that we are all going to use. Which leaves us with one incredibly massive question to ponder as this open-source AI revolution completely reshapes our world. When everyone has an AI agent representing them, negotiating for them, creating for them, and speaking for them, what does genuine human connection actually look like in the next decade? It is something we all need to be thinking about. Thanks for joining this explainer, and we will see you next time.